Hello and welcome back to the race. So if you watched the qualifying, you'll already be aware of the qualifying positions, but there they are on the screen. Top three, Simon, Paul and Bear. And we're just behind in fourth. And this ain't a good place to start on the grid, this right hand side. As you'll see, Paul in front of us gets jumped by Bear and we get jumped by fifth place, which I think is Tom. So it's not always the best place to start, but it's what we've got to deal with. So that's it, we're just going to wait for the lights now. I think there was a bit of a wait. I don't know what he was doing with the lights, but I was sitting there thinking, come on, where are they? They haven't even come on yet. Yeah, everyone's getting a little bit impatient. There's a bit of delay. They're usually a little bit quicker than this on the lights. You don't usually sit there for that long, so I don't know if they had an issue, or I think one of the marshals said the race start themselves now, that it's all automated since it's moved over onto a new system, so perhaps they're just waiting for the right time to start. I should imagine that's what it's going to be. But there's the rest of the field lining up, an all-star field today in Coventry. This is the 30-minute race and there is a mandatory pit stop, so you do have to change karts and you have to do it once, or at least once. So there will be some tactics going on with the pit stops, and that's it. Away we go. So immediately you see Bear jumps all at the start, and I get jumped as well. It's that right hand side of the grid, not a good place to start. I'd much prefer to be on the left. We have had a change of karts as well since qualifying, so we're not in the same karts we qualified in, and my kart just feels terrible at the minute. I'm not in a happy place. I'm already thinking about doing my pit stop already after the first couple of corners. We're going to try and give it some time, to warm up. I don't think these guys are too happy in front of me on them either. It's a slight bit of bumping going on there, not too much, nothing to be worried about. And we will get some times coming up. How about now? There we go. So in front we've got Simon, second place third place Paul, and fourth place Tom. Myself in fifth, Oliver down in sixth. He's right behind us as well, I can feel him. Every braking zone, every corner, I can feel this guy just tapping the bumper, just letting me know he's there. And yeah, I'm thinking of pitting this lap. I mean, the kart, it's a bit slidey. I probably didn't give it a chance to warm up, but I don't think it's going to do it. I see the two guys out peeling, and I decide I'm not going to pit because the pit lane's going to be a bit busy and it's going to take a bit longer to pit. So we're going to stay out. We're going to stay out for another lap and see what we can do. But that moves us up into second overall. Tom's out in first. Got Oliver down in third, and then Matthew in fourth. And again, this guy is just getting away. He's just starting to creep away from me, and I'm not liking it. I don't like it when people start pulling away for reasons I can't explain. So I think a kart changes in order, and we're going to do it this lap. So we're going to come into the pits. This is the first time I've had to pit and change karts. How will it go? Yeah. Which one? That one. Okay. Absolute disaster. First pit stop was an absolute disaster. I thought he was in the kart to pass me that kart, but never mind. Quick adjustment of the seat and pedals. Have a little look just to make sure no one else is coming, and away we go. See these guys coming round now, and that's moved us down into, wait, so across the line, 11th. So we're 11th out of 12 after the pit stops, but some of the guys out in front do need to pit as well. So the race really is with these guys in front, and Lewis, you can't really see Lewis, he's quite far out ahead already. Quick shake of the head. I'm not happy with this kart. I'm really not feeling this kart in a minute. We're just going to have to see how it goes. But I'm not feeling it. And I don't think Paul is either. You can see Paul in the kart in front of us. He doesn't look like he's feeling the kart either. He's usually much quicker than this. We're just going to try and get past him as quickly as we can. He's not going to make it too easy though. You can see he's just not comfortable. He just hasn't got the grip through the corners. He's got the speed, but in the corners it's just not quite there. So following close behind now, trying to put a bit of pressure on him. I'm going to go and look for the overtake on the next corner coming up, the next real corner, which is this one. And he peels off. I think he peels off into the pits anyway. So he's had enough of that car. He's only had it for 2 laps, but he's had enough. He's had enough of that. So we've got Bear in front of us now. Just get our heads down and try and bang out these laps. I'm not pitting again. I've already made that decision. I'm not pitting again. I only want to pit once. This is the car I've been dealt, then so be it. I think an extra pit stop is just wasting time. Especially about how long the pit stops take. They do take quite a while. You lose quite a lot of position. So now it's just about grinding this out, trying to find the performance in this car. Lap time wise, the last one was a 42.9, so not really quick. It's not really, we're not really banging them out at the minute. Fastest person on track is Joel with a 43.2. No, sorry, it's not. It's Matthew with a 42.2. Oh, and now Oliver's just banged in a 41.7. So Oliver's going quick, and he's right behind us again as well. So lad's staying up with us. He's keeping up. You can see these guys coming into a little bit of traffic now, and this is going to be our opportunity. I think this is going to be our opportunity. I think we're all racing for position, so no one's being lapped, so nobody should be letting anybody pass. Again, the kart now is starting to warm up. It's starting to feel a little bit better under me. I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident in it. And again, yeah, we closed that gap massively there, massively. So I think Bear's getting slowed down a little bit by Tom in front, which is going to work to our advantage, I think, because we're close enough to make the pass on the next corner. Keep it left a little bit more, right up to the bumper. There we go, slip it down the inside. It's not a nice move, that one. I must admit, it's not a nice move. I've had it done to me a few times, and you don't see the kart on the inside until the very last second. You can catch some people off guard if they're not quite aware of that sort of move. It definitely caught me off guard the first time someone did it to me, but that's how we learn. That's how we learn. And again, coming up to Tom, we're definitely quicker than Tom. We're definitely keeping up with him. Sort of all over his bumper down this bit. So we're going to try it again. We're going to try again on this one. Can we move up to 7th after this move? Again, take a little bit of a shorter line there. It brings you right up to the bumper before the corner. And then we can just squeeze through, Tom. A little bit more difficult, that one. I think we touched a little bit, but it was nothing of a great deal. It was just a slight knock. I don't think we crashed out. And we're back up to 7th, and our last lap was a 42.6. Next one is Simon, the lap record holder. And yeah, I remember just racing. I could see Simon in front, and yeah, weren't really getting close to him, and then all of a sudden it just started to come together. So just about grinding these laps out now, just trying to get the fastest, trying to be fast, trying to be consistent. And he likes to try and be a bit relentless as well. So again, 41.7 for us, Bear 41.9 just behind, Tom with the 42.9. And we are the fastest person on track. It takes me a little bit of a while to look, because while I'm doing the voiceovers, I'm sort of doing it on a half screen on my phone, so I can't make out the timings too well. I have to really look. It might just be me getting old and not having brilliant eyesight anymore, I don't know. I am 35, so yeah. But we're definitely catching Simon now. He's coming up to a bit of traffic himself. He sort of needs to get past. it's going to slow him down a little bit and give us an opportunity just to get a bit closer to him than what we normally would if it was normal racing conditions. He's got past him quite easily there though, top of the ramp, and we're going to try and do the same as well with this guy. Yeah, he gives us room, managed to get it down. We didn't lose any time behind him, and we're still quite close to Simon. So I think Simon right now is net first. If everyone else pits, or everyone else had their mandatory pit stop, Simon would be first, I'd be second, Bear would be third. Just to give you a bit of perspective. Of course, when we're driving, we didn't really know. I just know the guy in front started on pole, and he's fast. He's really, really fast. So at any moment, I'm expecting him to pull away, but he doesn't quite manage it. He doesn't quite manage to pull away. So I'm guessing this kart is not as good as the kart he had in qualifying, or he doesn't feel as comfortable in that kart as what he did in the qualifying kart. But his loss is our gain, I'm afraid, because I'm feeling super confident in this kart now. Last lap time was a 42.1, so we're getting them times down, and that was with an overtake as well. So we've improved again to a 41.6, so a really fast lap then. You were 4 tenths quicker than Simon on that lap, so definitely catching him. The guy out in front's doing 42.1s. Keep an eye out for the guy out in front, Matthew. Doesn't pit till very late in the race. He holds it out in front for a good deal of time, and he's banging in the laps as well. He's consistently a 42, a low 42 as well. So again, pulled the move on Simon, the same one we did on the other two. He's not having none of it. He's not having none of it. Look, he's coming back. Once you've got the inside line up the ramp, just sort of hang out on the left here. Don't swing out for the corner, and you should make the move stick. So that's it. Now we are in first place. Everyone else in front of us has to pit. Currently in 4th. But remember, Ben, Ryan and Matthew are still to pit. The last lap we did was a low 42.2. Just looking at the other ones, that's a 42.3, sorry. 42.2 was Matthew out in front. Ryan's just at 42.7. Ben a 41.9. No, myself was a 41.9. Ben must have pitted because we've moved up, but we didn't really overtake anyone on track, so he must have been in the pits when we went past. So not a bad race so far. We're back up to 3rd, which ain't too bad. I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit better than that. Kart coming up now is Paul Lowe, I believe. He's running down in 11th. He's having a terrible race. Considering every time I've raced with this guy, he's beat me. He's having a really bad one this one, so you know, I'm quite happy about that myself. It's sort of giving me an opportunity. He's really not comfortable in the kart he's got. As you can see, we're just getting quicker. He lets us pass. Quick wave of the hand to say thank you. Again, the members are usually brilliant like that. They usually help you out. Or help the lead cars out by not blocking them. And I'm sure they do it because, you know, no one wants to be blocked themselves. It's not good to be blocked when you're in first place. Quick look on the times. I can see I'm in 3rd. Can't really see who's in 1st or 2nd. I don't really know at this point whether they've pitted or not. I mean, in my mind, this is all I'm doing now is just grinding this out. So try and grind it out and just hope that the 2 guys in front of me, or the 1 guy in front of me now, will move to 2nd, so somebody else has pitted. So 14 minutes in, we've gone from 4th to 5th to 11th, and now we're back up to 2nd place. We're a good margin away from Matthew. We can't even see him on track. You can see him on the timings. He's not long finished the lap and working up to him. So he's a good half a lap in front of us at the moment. And yeah, to me, I still think he can easily pull a pit stop off and come out reasonably close. And you know, the guy's quick. The guy's quick. I don't want him too close to me if he comes back out the pit, so just grinding this out. Simon's still not a million miles away, still right behind. Bear's still right behind him, and Oliver's still right behind Bear, really, and there's not that much of a gap between everybody. Just grinding this out. See what we can do on this lap. That guy in front of us, we do a 41.8. In comparison to, I guess Simon's the only one we're really racing at the minute. He's did a 42.2. So we're good 4 tenths quicker than Simon. Just happy, I could feel we were quicker anyway. Not by much, but you know, a couple of tenths every 41 seconds in a 30-minute race can add up to a big margin at the end. It's all about getting that consistency. You don't have to be a mile quicker than everybody else, you just have to be a tenth or two quicker. And you can just build that gap up slowly, which is what we're doing. Again, another 41.686, which is coming up close to my personal best. I think that might actually be a new personal best for me. Since the app launch, gone a bit quicker pre-app, but we don't talk about that. I think the app's the official timekeeper now, and I think everything else should be disregarded and forgotten. But we do know 40-second laps are possible. Matthew's just finished one 42.2, so he's really consistent. Seems to be really happy in that car. 42.2 is not bad. We are grinding these out, we are grinding these laps out. We get then a 42 dead for myself. Simon improved with a 42.1, and Bear 42.5, and Oliver come through at a 42 dead. So, shaping up to be quite a good race. It's always good when you can get a sort of kart you want, and I weren't happy with this kart straight away. See, Matthew's just crossed the line now, and I did a 42.1, so he's a low 42 driver, but really consistent with it. I think every lap he's doing it, which is why it doesn't look as though we're catching him drastically. South then a 41.8, which is not too bad, just 2 tenths off my personal best, so we are hovering around about my own personal best with these laps. I'm putting a lot of effort in this. Yeah, I am really trying. I'm conscious that we've got the lap record holder sat just behind me, not too far away from me. 42.6 for Matthew that time, a bit slower. You obviously got a bit of traffic or had a little bit of a skid somewhere, so we'll soon see how our lap pans out. Again, a 41.8, it's really consistent. Again, same lap time. Quick thank you, did let us go through. Could recognise that we were the leaders. Fair play. You know, I'm always thankful of not having to fight someone we're lapping just to get past and not get overtook by second place, because I've seen it happen to people. It's happened to me once as well, and yeah. But what I also don't want to do is get black flagged out of first place because you've crashed into a back marker that you're overtaking. It's happened to me once. It's been my only black flag, and yeah, I ended up coming third in that race. It was a 50-lap race, which was it was devastating because I was winning by a mile as well, and you know, it was practically mine, and yeah, shit happens basically. So my last lap then, 41.8 again, so that's 3 41.8s in a row. Really getting these consistent times in. Simon did 41.983, and the guy out in front, the guy to beat at the minute, did 42.4. So he's going a little bit slower now. He's sort of lost the low 41s, the low 42, sorry. He's just set another one of 42.9. But he has got a bit of traffic in front of him by the looks of it on the timing screen, so that may be why he's going a little bit slower. Again for myself, another 41.9. Really keeping it in the 41s now. 10th slower than my last, but not too bad. In comparison, Simon behind's 42.2, and Bear did a 42.5 with Oliver doing a 42.1, so he's flying as well. He should be catching some of them up behind soon. Matthew again at 43, so he's definitely getting slower. I don't know why he's getting slower. I mean, you can't really tell in the cars between a 43 and a 42.5. You don't really know. You can't really tell. Even though I broke into the 42s then, so yeah, we're all settling down. I'm quite comfortable where I am. Not really being pressured from the back, and see, yeah, I'm just seeing him going round, so I can see where Matthew is now. I can see where he is on track. He is quite a bit ahead. I know from point of reference we are catching him, and he's just done a 42.3, which is respectable. He's sort of getting back down to where he was a couple of laps ago, lap time wise. South crossed the line, 42.6. Simon comes across, we have 42.2, and Bear with 42.2 as well, so they're pretty much even on them lap times, and a 42.5 for Oliver, which lines up the top 5. So there's not much difference between us. As you can see, Matthew, we are reeling him in. Not too sure if he's already pitted at this point, because I'm starting to think, when's this guy going to pit? Has he pitted already? Am I actually racing him? Just put the thumbs up then. We've just seen 15-minute remaining board or 10-minute remaining boards. They did say they were going to put some boards up reminding us how long's left to the race, just so we can make sure we get the pit stop in and don't forget, because it can be quite easy to lose track of time when you're in the kart. So you need little reminders how long's left to the session. So we sort of know there's not a great deal left now. We're just waiting for this guy in front to pit. But we're catching him anyway, so even if we don't, I think we can catch him before the end of the race. And we're hovering around about the same lap times at the minute. He's just set 43.7, so he's crossing the line when I'm getting around that bottom corner. Then I come across 41.7, so consistently back in the 41s again now. Simon 42.2, and another 42.3, so she is sticking right behind Simon by the looks of it. I wish everybody had cameras so you can watch. Again, Paul, really not having a good time. Paul though is down in 12th. I think he's changed his kart a few times now, and he's not racing now. He's going for the fastest lap, and we look at his times of 41.5. He's flying. He is absolutely flying in the kart he's got. So, you know, it just goes to show you need the look of the karts. You do need to get lucky on the karts. You can't drag something out of a poor kart here. It just doesn't happen, unfortunately. I think some of it's just choice. Your driving style might suit a certain kart. I wouldn't say it's better, because I was in kart 3, which was the one Paul started the race, so I don't actually like that kart. It's put me in 3rd place, but obviously Paul didn't agree, and yeah, changed it out. So Matthew's just crossed the line at 42.3. We're coming across now 41.7, so we are catching him. A couple of attempts every lap. You can see my green line is getting closer to his orange one. 7 minutes left in the session. We've got a nice little gap now to Simon behind us. He's just set a 42.1, and Bear again 42.1, and Oliver slightly catching him, slightly quicker with 42 dead. So he's got a bit of breathing room by the looks of it, Oliver, and starting to go a little bit quicker. Matthew crossed the line with 42 dead. We come back a bit slower that time with a 41.7, but still 3.5 tenths better in 1st place. So we're really grinding these laps out, getting some good consistency. starting to feel real comfortable, real confident in the kart now. I really like this kart. I hated it when I first got in, it felt a little bit loose on steering, but not as bad as the first kart, which had a bit of a shake to it going up the ramp. I didn't like it. So yeah, he's just crossed the line now and we're going around that corner, so we're definitely getting closer to him. 42 he's set, 42 dead. Come across the line. Oh, it's a new personal best for myself, 41.473. It's a new record, new personal best for myself. Really enjoying this car, really enjoying it, really getting comfortable in it. We are the fastest person on track, apart from Paul Lowe, who just beats me again. You see, this guy's always beating me on the lap times. Very quick, very quick. Really odd to see him down in 12, and it's a shame really. I would like to see him up fighting with us. He's super quick, and you know, I'm just grateful being given an opportunity that I can win. Because you know, some of these guys, if you give them the karts, especially the top 5, you give them any decent kart, and they're going to be likely to win. Very quick, very good, very fair races as well. I'm starting to love these members runs now. I was a big fan of the 50 lap races, but I feel I've slightly outgrown them. Especially the ones that are open to everybody. Just too quick. I've raced some of them and I've won by a mile, and yeah, it just seems like I'm going doing a race and collecting a trophy and going home. That's how it feels some days in the 50 lap races. Again, guy lets us through. We had a slight little bump into him, didn't mean to. I think he over-braked on the corners. We're just flying. We set 41.7 that time, so we're still keeping it consistent between what 41.4 was my best and my 41.8, which seems to be what we're doing the most of around here. So, and again, look at my dot compared to Matthew's. We are closing in. That's him just going across the line now, so we're definitely closing in on him. 42.1 that time, so slightly off. There was that little bump at the top at the start of the lap. Slowed us down a couple of attempts. This guy lets us go past. The big kick of oversteer there, we had to sort of correct it. Coming in, I locked the back wheels up coming in. I didn't want to crash into him. The last thing I wanted to do was crash into him, but I didn't want to get stuck behind him either, so sort of I'm hoping that he sort of let me through, or I was coming through anyway. Regardless. Last 3 minutes now. Last 3 minutes. We can sort of taste the victory now. And Matthew's still in front. I can still see him in front. I can see him on the app that he's in front. I can see that I'm still in second place, and I'm thinking, no, I really am thinking, has this guy already pitted? Has this guy already come into the pits? Because he should have by now, really. These two guys having a little battle. I actually get involved in this little battle with these guys. You'll see the video in a minute. So he lets us through. It's fantastic. Give him a wave. He's recognised that we're out in front, and he's did the honourable thing. I was at 41.7, and Matthew pitted. So Matthew come into the pits, and that's dropped him down into 4th or 3rd by the looks of it. 3rd place, so yeah. So we're just coming down now. We're going to try the standard overtake that we've been doing, and yeah, I'm going to hold my hands up to that one. I'm going to hold my hands up to that one. You know, been pulling that move all night, but it's one of them moves. You can go horribly wrong really quick, and that's cost us 2 seconds as well. So we've lost 2 seconds. Not only was it not clean, we've now lost 2 seconds because of it. And yeah, I'm going to take responsibility for it. In hindsight, I could have waited. I was definitely coming past you anyway. You know, we were racing. I haven't really raced the guy before, I haven't really seen him there, so I don't know if he was going to let me through or if he was going to try and race me or what, but yeah, you know, there was a gap. I stuck the kart in the gap and the gap got closed off. It happens. I did apologise to him after the race. She won't have none of it because he was pissed. He was really pissed. I'm hoping he's calmed down a little bit now. But yeah, hard man's my fault. Could have waited. In hindsight, looking at where people are and the app, and yeah, I could have waited. I had time to wait and I didn't. So, a little lesson for me. A little bit more clued up for next time. Going into that sort of position, see the guy lets me through, give him a nice wave, say thank you. And there's only down to the last minute now. Can't really tell on the phone. Just had a quick look just to check we are in first place. 50 seconds left, so it looks like this is going to be the last lap. On that lap we set 41.7. And Simon behind us did a 42.3. Matthew now's being dropped down to third after his pit stop, so he had a really good race. That pit strategy really worked out for him. I reckon there would have been a more optimum time for him to come in, maybe get out in front of Simon or get in front of me, but you know, he hasn't got timings and all that sort of stuff. He's just in the kart like we are, so it's a bit hard to judge that, but I reckon there was a point in that race he could have hit him to come out a lot closer to us. And there we go, the checkered flag, the first win of a members event for me. I've never won a members event before. I've come second in a few time events and I won a 50 lap race, but there's only 4 people in it, so I don't really want to count that. There's that guy we crashed into. I just wanted to wave him and say, you know, I'm sorry, my fault, mate. I don't want to be ruining people's races. I hope I didn't ruin his. He's down in 8th, so if we ruined it too much. But it's not a nice move. I get it. It is not a nice overtaking move on that corner. It catches people off by surprise. But yeah, so there's the classifications. Best time is Paul Lower, 41.4. He's down in 11th, so he had that bad kart, but yeah, apart from that, it wasn't too bad.